I could summarize my 2025 dev experience is database. That changed my life. I woke up on a particular day and got a message from my boss that we'll be expecting 25,000 users on our software in a particular day and in a particular time on our software. That was the beginning of my problems. I'm going to paint a scenario for you that happened in 2025, and this is one of my proudest moments. You see this page right here? This page, the endpoint that was responsible for displaying this page was talking about 200 to 300 milliseconds to respond in production, which was fine. It was okay for an endpoint. But the issue with this is that we now had to, this is a result endpoint, right? You just return result and what you did wrong and what you did right. We now had to do this for about 100,000 quiz sessions. It was I think 104,000 quiz sessions. If you do the math, the amount of compute needed to get this data was 300 milliseconds multiplied by 100,000. That's about 30 minutes. So a single endpoint to get all this data will take about 30 minutes. It wasn't just feasible enough, right? Actually, we didn't need the equations from each of the quiz sessions. All we need was just the score at the top here. The score you're seeing here, 25%, because we needed it for a result Excel sheet. What I end up doing is that to speed up the endpoint, instead of having to fetch each of the equations and your answers and the correct answer to figure out whether you're wrong or right, I started storing this number. I started storing this 25% on the actual quiz session table so that I won't have to fetch all this. Okay, the first issue with this was, okay, I tried to have a join query to get all the data at once, but because of how much data we were trying to pull, so because of the amount of data we are pulling, the database will always time out. So we always have a timeout error. Okay, so if I have to now do the fetching in the loop to get all the data, it still takes a very long time to respond, which I told you 30 minutes from our calculation. So long story short, I finally ended up getting this 30 minutes proposed endpoint to run in less than 2 minutes. Yeah, what I did was I just basically started storing this particular data called the particular score instead of having to pull the whole questions to get your score for your quiz session. What I did, I stored this particular quiz session percentage or number on the quiz session table, so I don't have to now pull the questions table for the data. That was one of the optimization I did, along so many others. There were so many optimization I had to do in the back end, but like I said, I finally got into less than 2 minutes, which was nice for analytic dashboard. That means this particular endpoint you're seeing here actually took less time to run. I think this endpoint is taking about